On April 20th, 2010, the Deepwater Horizon disaster changed the lives of millions living near the Gulf of Mexico, as well as the scientists who responded to the crisis. These are some of their stories, intimate portraits of research, innovation, discovery. Welcome, I'm Hal Weiner, co-creator of Dispatches from the Gulf, a series of documentaries, short videos, and podcasts. Today we meet Dr. Steve DiMarco, professor of oceanography at Texas A&M, who tells us about how he lost a Nobel Prize because of a jellyfish. But first he recalls when he first became interested in science.
I got interested in science at a very young age. I was less than 10, absolutely less than 10. I was always interested in science and mathematics, and I went to college for physics and got a PhD in optical physics. It was after that, though, that I found, I guess, my true calling, which was oceanography, and made the switch from physics. I can't imagine anyone not wanting to be an oceanographer. It is a very, very fun profession.
Dr. DiMarco was quick to remind his students that besides being fun, science is also made up of eureka moments and moments of utter failure.
Science is a full contact sport, and it's not for the faint of heart. So I would say on a daily basis, you have eureka moments and you have profound, what did I just do moments. I mean, that comes with the territory. So what you try to do is balance it so that you have more of the eureka moments than you do of the failure. But failure comes, and it comes every day. And why? Because if you're not pushing the limits of knowledge, then you're not doing your job. And by pushing the limits, you find where the edges are. That's what I try to do in my work, in my science. And so you have to fail a lot in order to succeed. My passion is data. I mean, I'm a data junkie, and I just love to design experiments. I love to collect the data, to process those data, and then analyze them.
During his long career, there's one experiment that Dr. DiMarco will never forget.
So I was on the ship, the RV Manta, which is a 95-foot twin-hull catamaran that's in the Gulf of Mexico. And we were in the Louisiana dead zone at the time. So we're pulling this instrument behind the boat. It goes up and down in the water column. And it's measuring density for us. And then all of a sudden, it goes from being this typical condition that we usually see to being no oxygen from top to bottom. And so I'm thinking, Nobel Prize. We are getting the Nobel Prize for this. This is amazing data. So after a few minutes of this, the instrument's going up and down behind the ship. I'm looking at it a little bit further, and I'm thinking, something's not right here. So we had to stop the boat, pull in the instrument, put the instrument on the deck. So we get down on our hands and knees, looking at the instrument, thinking, is there anything wrong with this? And this big blob of jellyfish comes out of the intake of the instrument. So sometimes your Nobel Prize is a big blob of jellyfish sitting in your instrument intake.
Steve DiMarco also sees his run-in with the jellyfish as a metaphor for the role of science in today's society.
My mentor as a postdoc in the early 90s was a man named Marlin Scully. He would say to me, science moves forward on the shoulders of non-believers. What he meant by that was be skeptical, 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 skeptical. And don't believe everything that you're told. Find out for yourself. So my feeling is, and this has marked my career, question what it is that you're finding. Science is there to push limits, not to look at things as given or known. Looking into the unknown, that's the way we progress in science. If you think you have the Nobel Prize, it may be the jellyfish that's stuck in your sensor.
Today, thousands of scientists, oceanographers, chemists, engineers, biologists are all working together to develop newer and better ways to understand and ease the impact of oil spills. To learn more about their work, visit our website at dispatchesfromthegulf.com. Funding for this podcast was provided by a grant from the Gulf of Mexico Research Initiative. And thanks for listening.